Maritime Made is presented by Nova Scotia Business Inc., helping to educate, inform, and celebrate our region's manufacturing successes, because great things are happening in all of our communities.
The Arsenault family of Antigonish, Nova Scotia have a long history of stonemasonry and bricklaying. In fact, some of the finest buildings in the town, such as Gilmore Hall on the St. FX University campus, were built by Francis Arsenault's grandfather in the early 1900s. That tradition is being continued by both Francis and his son Matthew, a fourth-generation Red Seal bricklayer. The most recent family venture is South River Stone, a company dedicated to the art of stonemasonry. South River Stone builds custom stone walls, as well as patios, barbecues, fireplaces, fountains, and more. Much of the rock for these projects comes from local stone quarries throughout Nova Scotia. Rock of any kind is heavy and very tough to move and to work with. South River Stone deals with this issue by creating their own custom stone veneer. Stone veneer consists of slices of rock, rather than whole boulders. Once cemented in place, the veneer will look just like solid stones, but only weighs a fraction of the weight.
First, Matthew picks up one of the recently delivered rocks from the yard. This rock is called blue rock and is unique to the area. The stone is massive and weighs many hundreds of pounds. It's so heavy that an industrial forklift is required to lift the rock. Once in place, the stone is moved inside to the cutting area. Here, the stone is gently placed on a wheeled cutting table. This allows the stone to be moved around relatively easily under the cutting saw. Once the stone is in place, the water and blade are turned on, and the blade slowly moves across the stone. The edge of the saw blade is embedded with industrial diamonds. Diamonds are one of the few materials that are strong enough to cut through the stone. Water is also used to keep the blade cool. A hot blade will warp and wear out prematurely. The average cutting blade will last for only 2 days of consistent cutting and needs to be replaced quite regularly. Each pass across the stone is about 1 inch deep. Once one cut has been made, the blade is moved back into position and the cutting continues. Once there is about 1 inch of uncut rock left under the blade, it's lifted and the stone is moved for the next line. The cut lines are a few inches apart, but remain random to ensure the veneer looks natural once cemented in place. The process is quite time-consuming.
Once this cutting is complete, end pieces are cut off and saved for other projects. The stone is rotated and cut in the other direction. Now that the cutting is complete, a chisel is used to release large brick-sized pieces of rock. The stone pieces are now more workable. Each large brick is placed on the hydraulic masonry splitter. Here, using a foot pump, hydraulic pressure is used to split each brick in half. Rather than cutting each piece evenly, the splitter is used to create a more random thickness between each piece of stone veneer. Once the bricks are split, each piece is cleaned up by hand using a hammer and chisel. The chisel gives each piece of veneer a natural rough stone quality. The veneer pieces are now ready to be trimmed on another cutting blade and set aside until needed. Various styles and types of rock can be made into veneer, including river rock, straight-edge cut stone, and mosaic-style stone. Corner pieces are also cut by hand and give finished projects a truly natural stone look.
On occasion, a large stone will have a natural break or seam. By using a number of chisels and a good deal of patience, these stones can be split along the seam by hand. Natural seams can be very helpful in that the natural quality for the stone is maintained while still being able to create veneer slices. One of the most popular products built and sold by South River Stone are their custom stone fireplaces. Each fireplace is built on a custom concrete base. The base provides a solid structure to build the fireplace on, as well as an easy way to lift the fireplace once it's fully built. Each fireplace is built with a combination of materials. Gray cinder blocks are used for the basic shape of the fireplace, as they are light and easy to use. Fire-rated bricks are used for the inside of each fireplace to ensure the stone doesn't crack from high heat. Finally, a stone veneer is used for the exterior of each fireplace and can be laid in a variety of ways. The average fireplace can be built in about a day. The final piece of any fireplace is the cap. Due to its flat nature, a type of sandstone is imported from Ontario for the capstone. This fireplace will consist of 2 layers of 4 pieces each.
First, the mason fits each piece of stone to ensure it will fit. The pieces are then scored along the pencil line with a cutting blade. Once scored, the stone pieces are cut to measure. Once cut, the mason lays each piece out to ensure they fit, then prepares them to be cemented into place. Masonry cement called mortar is mixed on site. First, 5 shovel loads of sand are placed in the wheelbarrow, followed by 2 parts masonry cement and 1 part Portland cement that will add strength to the mixture. Water is then added as the materials are mixed with a shovel. Once the mortar is ready, water is used on the dry brick to ensure a strong bond. A generous layer of mortar is troweled all around the top of the fireplace, and the first layer of capstones are gently set and tapped into place. Once level, the second layer is added.
Finally, the joints are cemented or pointed using a small masonry trowel. Once the fireplace is complete, it's loaded onto a trailer using the forklift. Once it's set in place, wood is used to secure the fireplace firmly in the trailer. The wood blocking ensures that the fireplace doesn't fall over in transit. Once secure, fireplaces are ready to be transported to customers all over the Maritimes and will provide many years of enjoyment.